Hey yo, this is your girl Dope Candi, and you can catch me on this week's episode of Appraise the Phrase, and also you can follow me at Dope Candi on all social media platforms.
Your gift will make room for you. Proverbs 15 through 19 says, I feel like my dad. That's crazy. Flip your Bible.
I'm like, this is Bible study.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just thinking that in my head. I was like,
what's going on? I'm even cussing less and everything.
Did I actually go to the bathroom just so I could get a break right now?
Right? Like, golly.
I'm going to give it a B+ too. It does require a little bit of explanation if you don't really, because really it don't really set in until, like for me, it didn't set in until I was older.
Just me, and it was what I need to use, and I needed to use my gift. I wasn't worried about nothing else but getting up out the mud and doing it the right way. So, hey, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but the soapbox is always to my right. Step on it like Sam Adams.
You know, we have a lot of expressions in the English language.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
What are we talking about?
Where'd that come from?
Most all of us use them every day.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means.
You know, we just say them as if they really made sense.
I mean, how silly is that?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
What the f is he talking about?
Yo, what's good? You know what it is, and you know who it is. It's me, Mario. Welcome to the Appraise the Phrase show, Origins of Everyday Expressions, where we're here to do three things: unveil the origin, confirm the meaning, and assess the value of common everyday phrases. Checking in 20. Did you hear me say all three?
I'm okay. We good out here, bro. We good out here. Yes, I heard you say all three of them.
That's all I needed, man. I needed to know that you could hear me. That is today's battle. That's a win that you can hear.
Oh, we gonna win this battle today.
I appreciate you, bro. All right, checking in. How you feeling, bro?
Oh, I'm good, bro. I'm down in Miami. It's like 92, but it feels like 103. So we good, man. It's down. It's burning. But I'm inside. That's why I got my hoodie on. You know I stay on the hoodie, so I'm inside.
Yeah, no, you just like the young people of today. Like no matter the temp, you got on the crew.
It's like, don't ask me if I don't tie my shoes. I don't enough to make the choice to not tie my shoes.
Facts.
Yo, hey, what up? You just heard a voice. I'm excited to announce this voice. So let's get rolling. 20 mentioned he in Miami. He ain't did that a lot this season. So the emphasis today.
Yeah, it's gonna come back though. I see I'm gonna have to start bringing it back now, or getting some guests that's from Miami on here. Not to hate on my Detroit guests, because I love all of them, Dale, especially Myron. But I'm gonna have to get some Miami folk on here.
Yeah, hey, do as thou wilt. I don't rock with the dude that said that, but do what you need to do. But today, my friend, we got Detroit native. It's Detroit today. We got Detroit native producer, DJ, and music educator in Compton schools. We got Dope Candi in the building. Dope, what's good with ya?
What up, there?
What up, dog? Sorry, 20. All right, sit down, y'all.
No, it's all right.
My bad, man. Hey, so talk to us, Dope. Welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit more about you and what you do.
Awesome. So I'm glad to be on the show. Thanks for having me. So I'm a producer, music producer, DJ, and music educator. I'm a Detroit native, so proud to be a Detroit native. I started producing when I was a kid in the city and spent some time in Chicago, did a lot of music showcases, and ended up in LA teaching production in Compton schools. So we're actually modernizing music education, and the goal is to take it all over the country with school systems and, bridge the gap between music and tech with education.
Oh, that's love. Oh, man. I saw the people start going crazy. That's so dope, man. That's so dope because, one, like here at ATP, like we focus on language arts and how like that's being removed from schools, but also like the power of it. Like it actually is moving and shaking how we do things. The other arts are facing the same battle of like, yo, what's going on? Why aren't we putting resources into the arts that's creating creativity, that's allowing young people to thrive, create the environment you want to see? So thank you. Thank you for doing the work that you do. Also thank you for being from Detroit, doing it. Because I know like Motown, like we have it in us. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Word. All right. So today we're going to appraise a phrase that was brought by Dope. And it's one for me that I resonate with on a very, very deep level. I was excited when she brought it through because it's, for me, a basic life principle. I move about it. And this season, y'all have heard me kind of be on the other end of phrases like, I don't know about that. But this one, we going for it. So today, we're going to unveil the origin, confirm the meaning, and assess the value of your gift will make room for you. And before we do all of that, let's talk about our connection to it. I'll pop us off. Like I was just saying, I live by this. I live by it, and it is the one thing, the one thought, the one principle. I think I'll even go as far as say universal truth, that when you are in a space of struggle, challenge, or thriving, it can move you forward. That's just how I feel, and that's just, you know what I'm saying, anecdotally from my experience and what I've observed, it works. It works. So it's like, I'm here to tell y'all today that I'm already on board, extreme bias in favor of this phrase. So that's me.
And that's all I have to say about that.
All right, 20, where you at?
Okay. Never heard the phrase before. I'll be honest with you. Never heard the phrase before. Yeah, I know, right? But I can see why it can be a positive phrase. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be optimistic. You want to make sure that you see your blessings, and I'm a big believer out of getting out of your comfort zone. So if that has anything, I want to listen to the definition and see if that has anything to do with it, because like I'm a huge person on getting out of your comfort zone and letting those opportunities open up. Because, you know, when you're comfortable in a certain situation, you kind of close off because of fear. So I'm like really, really avid about that. So I'm assuming if it goes in the realm of that, then I'm with it.
Got you.
But I want to hear a little bit more about it.
Got you.
And that's all I have to say about
all right.
that.
All right, Dope. You brought it to connect it for us. Like, what's this phrase mean to you? Why are we appraising it today?
Oh, so this phrase became my mantra. I think throughout life, we're taught not really to nourish our gifts. We're taught to do everything else. We get indoctrinated through school, and a lot of people end up doing jobs that they're not really meant to do, or, you know, they're just not living in their purpose. And so, you know, my part of my life was for that. Like, I was working a bunch of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And then it just came to me like, your gifts will make room for you. So it was just like, if I actually just lock in and do what I'm supposed to do, then everything and all the opportunities will come. So that's my connection to it. And it's worked. So like you said, it's kind of something to live by. And you kind of got to have like that faith to actually move forward.
Yeah.
Because you're taught to do the
opposite
with it your entire life.
Yeah, like it's there. I love that you said like, and it works, because that's what I stand on too. Like, I've seen it go. So a person's gonna have a hard time debunking this phrase for me or decreasing this value. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Before we get into it,
yeah,
is it promoting nothing but good things, or just saying that, you know, it's going to bring more room for other things? Because I feel like it's a sticky slope when you're telling people, hey, if you accept your blessings, it's going to bring more blessings, or it's only going to bring...
that. I hear that. I hear that.
So it's like, are we telling people that this is something that's going to just bring nothing but good things, or it's just going to bring change?
Hey, man, first of all, we got a whole show to do. So
My
yeah,
bad.
thank you,
My bad.
thank
My
you
bad.
for
Yeah.
that. We got our shoulders, so we'll get
Oh,
there.
you're fine, bro. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Exactly. Like, hey, hey. But no, I like that you asked that. Dope. Before I jump in, you have any thoughts on that question?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that from my perspective, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean that it's just the room is just going to open for you. That's really not the process. Everybody's process is different, but you know, you just got to trust in yourself and it's your gift. So if it's like, if I'm moving in this, I done did everything else that I'm not supposed to be doing.
Right.
Then if I'm moving in something I'm supposed to be doing, then eventually it's got to work out. So you still got to put the work in. In my experience,
We just got to clarify for some of our guests, bro. Some of our guests, they be just going on every word. So we got to just,
you know what?
Sure
Yeah, they do. That was decent. Okay, let's do the dictionary thing. Let's do the confirming of the meaning. So this one's interesting, and I'm glad that 120 you posed that question. We did not get together on pre-recording and time this up, but that answer from Dope actually helps to why I broke down the definition and confirmed the meaning this way. So because this phrase didn't have a direct definition, what I decided to do was break down the key elements. So gift and make room, which are the things where it's like the question mark, where there will be gaps. So we're going to go with Cambridge Dictionary. Merriam's Webster's dictionary is not involved today. And then we're going to go with dictionary.com. So gift from Cambridge Dictionary is a present or something that is given. That's what the Cambridge Dictionary says a gift is. Dictionary.com says a gift is a thing given willingly to someone without payment. So a present. So they add in like willingly to give somebody without them having to pay. Now take that and talk about how it will make room. What does make room mean? Well, Cambridge Dictionary says make room means if you move your body or move other things so that there is space for it or for them. So they're talking about the actual tangible movement. And then dictionary.com says to make room is to clear a certain amount of space to allow for someone or something else to fit as well. Checking in. Since you asked the question, 20, I will bring it back to you. Definitions. The difference between them, which ones resonate, what are you hearing? How you feeling?
I mean, just off of logic, you got to go, I feel like, with the Cambridge one, you know what I'm saying? Just me personally, you know, it's just a situation where it's like that. Yeah, you're making room. I'm still stuck on whether or not, but man, bro, I'll be honest with you, because like I want to be 100% on board with this saying, like how both of you are. I really want to join that movement. You get what I mean? But like I just don't want to naively get on top of it. You know what I mean? I want to know that, look, you know, this is what's going on and this is what's going to happen.
You mean
and I feel like it's always up to you, regardless. So it's like, how is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's up to me,
I get that.
Disguise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get that.
Like, you hear blessing in disguise and you want to believe in it and you want to be like, oh yeah, this is something out of nothing, man. You get what I'm saying?
I don't believe
but yet, no, it's just. So it's like, how is this different? You get what I'm saying? Like, how is like?
Oh, that's where you at, bro. Hold on. Hey, Dope. Okay, hold on. Let's feel Dope in real quick. Let's feel Dope in real quick because I know you was doing that and we didn't do this yesterday. No, look. So Dope. So we did Blessing in Disguise last season. And it was one of the top 10 in our tournament because we do a phrase tournament based on the grades that we come out with. I'm not in favor of blessing in disguise. I think it's too strong of a phrase for what it's actually doing to people. I'm from the camp where it's like, why not just call it a blessing? Like, what you mean it's in disguise? Like, who threw the shiesty on the blessing to make you rely on something bad happening to see a good thing? I don't connect the two because I don't want the bad thing to have happened and have in my heart that like, if this bad thing did not happen, then you would not have gotten the good thing. I'm not on that boat at all. Like if there's tickets for that boat, I'll sell them, resell. You feel me? I'm not on that boat. So I get how you could take like, well, how does a gift making room guaranteed? How is that guaranteed? So I feel you. Before we go there, though, I appreciate you saying that to challenge me. Dope, the definitions, and I can restate them if you want, but the definitions
Yeah,
are where they
restate
say.
them now, because I think I messed it. I feel like I messed it up, bro. Like
No, you didn't. I fuck with it.
Okay, all right.
I fuck with it. All right, dope. So I'm gonna restate them. So Cambridge is saying a gift is a present or something that is given, and they're saying that a gift, that present, makes room if you move your body or move other things so that there's space for it. Now, dictionary.com says a gift is a thing given willingly to somebody without payment, and to make room is to clear a certain amount of space so that the someone or the something can fit also. So which one you connect with more, and what differences are you hearing?
See, and I'm thinking about your blessing in disguise thing. I just want to make a comment.
No, come with it, because I want everybody's opinion on it.
Both perspectives, like, you know, I'm not on board with this bad thing had to happen in order for it to be a blessing. However, I do believe that all things work for you, right? So everything is going to work for you at the end of the day, whether it was something bad you had to go through or something bad had to happen to get to the end of it. And that really goes into saying, you know, your gifts will make room for you, because it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's not like you got this super gift and then it's just like, all right, everything's perfect. You know, now I'm about to just move in my gift, but that's not how it goes either. But referring back to the definitions, yeah, I mean, both of them resonate. So the gift is, God bless us all with different gifts, right? We were born with different gifts, skills, abilities, talents that were developed or seen or unseen as a kid. And, you know, it's like, it was a gift. You didn't have to pay for it. You was born with it, right? And then we got the room. So what happens is with the room, like how I feel about it is typically when I say we end up doing a lot of stuff that maybe it works for us to finally get to the conclusion, like, I got to move in my gift. But we have all this stuff that's like clouding our space in our life, right? And so when we use our gift, it just makes room. Now we can clear out all the unnecessary BS, like, and get to it. And so that's how I feel about it. Like, once you start moving in it, start using it, start operating in it, whatever, then now you got the space to live. You got the space to, like, be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
okay. Word. All right, 20. This not to call you out, but to call you out. Does that satisfy a little bit of our confidence and commitment to it so far?
No, it definitely does. You know,
I know what you're doing, bro. I know what you're doing.
Know the job I had in the past life.
I know. I know.
I was a devil's advocate in the past.
Yeah, exactly. I know you turned in. I know you turned in your paper. Like, hey, y'all gonna have to find a new devil's advocate. Also, this goes back to season 1. So devil's advocate, hey, y'all go ahead. There's no visuals for devil's advocate, but audio, go check out devil's advocate. It's an actual job. It's a hater's dream. You can be paid.
If you love chaos,
yes,
apply now.
Exactly. Like, this guy's about to be a saint. Do you want that to not happen? Go find all the bad things you can about this man who will pay you bi-weekly. That's out there.
Exactly.
All right, G. All right, let's answer some of the questions on a research level. So let's unveil the origin.
Where'd that come from?
All right. So I've been hinting at it, but I haven't said it explicitly. Now I'm gonna say it explicitly. Mm-hmm. Your gift makes room for you comes from the Bible, Old Testament, Proverbs, one of my favorite books of the Bible. Proverbs 18:16 is actually my favorite verse in the Bible. So I was a little bit not forthright because this phrase is actually one of my favorite things ever said and written in the history of writing and saying. So much so that I got a football that I had in college that was made for me for my birthday, and spray painted on it is Proverbs 18:16, because that was the gift at the time that took me wherever, took me out of Detroit, took me to, you know what I'm saying, wherever, you know what I'm saying, got me on this mic. So Proverbs 18:16 comes from the Bible, Old Testament. King James Version says this: a man's gift maketh room for him and bring him before great men. So that's the full thing. Those connected, that verse. A man's gift maketh room for him and bring him before great men. Now, in today's time, we would say a person's gift makes room for them and brings them before great people or greats. And the Proverbs traditionally are believed to be written by King Solomon. And he was known as the wisest man on earth to have ever lived, according to the Bible, the Hebrew Bible. And he ruled over Israel after David, who was his dad. So King David and Goliath, who God loved. That's his dog. That's my dog. My son's middle name is David for that reason. He was his son. So I want to unpack Solomon a little bit and why the wisest man on earth to ever live said this, and how me and Dope in here like, yeah, this is the wisest thing ever said. Like we're acting like that. So let me ground why the wisest man ever lived would have penned this and how he got there. So Solomon served as a peace offering between God and David, because David was a guy. Like, not only was he great, but he was very much living life. So once he was king, he had a little adultery going on with Bathsheba. And so he got with her, and to hide that, he sent Bathsheba's husband to war, because he was a king, into a battle that he knew he would die in. So he died.
He put him on the front line.
He did. He said, hey, you're my guy for this one. You're my guy. Take 8 guys. Take 8. I got 8. I want 8 of your best. Sent him into the war with 45.
And make sure he there too.
Yeah, exactly. Take both of y'all, because y'all close, right? Y'all cool? Yeah, he's going too. Sent him out. Murked, right? Murked. So David was like, okay, cool. I'm a wife of Bathsheba. Nobody's the wiser and shit. And and so David's like living life, and then he actually really rocks with Bathsheba. She's a cool girl. Has a baby with her. The baby dies after birth. So not miscarries, but dies after birth, soon after birth. Nathan, David's prophet and boy, was like, hey man, I see you mourning and fasting and stuff, but I know what you did, brother. I know what you did. So David's like, oh man, all right, I repent. I'll never do it again. God, I'm sorry. And so God's like, I accept your apology, because you actually are a good, decent dude. We all mess up. And your next child will be a blessing to you. So he had Solomon. He named him Solomon because Solomon means peace. And then because David was still a man of war and was still the king, Nathan, who was a really, really good dude, actually helped raise Solomon. So like Solomon had both like a prophet, one of the better prophets of the day, raising him, and then his dad, who was highly esteemed or whatever. So as Solomon grew up, before he was made king, he he was sacrificing to God, as he did, because he was, a good kid under David, and God appeared to him in a dream, and God was like, Solomon, what you want? What if I could give you anything? What you want? And Solomon was like, well, now that you ask, I want wisdom, like ultimate wisdom. And God was like, okay, bro, you are a good one too, just like your daddy. I'm gonna make you wiser than your daddy, because you didn't ask for like gold and money or self-serving things, or for your ops to go down. Like, he didn't ask for the death of his enemies or nothing. So he gave him wisdom. Yeah. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna bless you with like not just wisdom, but like ultimate wisdom, the wisdom of all the world. So this wisdom was on display when Solomon was made king, and there was 2 women arguing in the streets. They got they got taken to the front of the palace so that Solomon could come out and see him. And Solomon was like, what's all this noise? What's all this ruckus? And the women are like, she got my baby. She got my baby. She got my baby. And Solomon's like, all right, I got an idea, being a wise man that he is. Let's just cut him in half. Y'all both can have a baby. One of the women was like, bet, I'm with it. The other woman was like, no. If you're going to cut the baby in half, just let her keep him. Like, forget that. Do not harm this baby. Solomon was like, aha. The one that cared for the baby the most and showed compassion got to be the true mother. So he granted her rights to the baby. And that like story was like, oh my gosh, everybody in the kingdom was like, we got a king on our hands. You feel what I'm saying? So that is Solomon. Like, he's got other stories too, but like that's his quote unquote claim to fame, because he was still relatively new to kingship, and his wisdom was on display. Okay, y'all, before we move on, how does that add or strengthen your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great people? Dope. Let's start with you.
The way you told the story is so funny. But,
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, bro.
You said cut the baby in half.
Yeah.
No, don't cut the baby in half. So she got to be the true mom because she care about the baby.
Hey, man, sometimes I got to take all them ifs and alphas out so we can get to it.
That was perfect, bro. That was perfect.
Man. So I think that, okay, so how does it resonate with the gift? So Solomon was blessed, with the gift of being wise. And I mean, with the scripture, it brought him amongst great men or people. I mean, it was on display. He was able to display that as an example by using the gift, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that that's the point. Like when you use your gift, then that's what is going to exalt you to whatever position you're supposed to have in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't get there without it. And just to strengthen that, like he became like if you keep reading, like he's known as the wisest man, and they talk about it. Like he knows what the Bible says, like the mysteries of eternity. Like he was able to be so wise that God let him live and experience like the mysteries of life type shit. So he's like, he went into, I'm a Scorpio, and we have this like stereotype of like being dark and stuff. And so a little bit, because I watched Hereditary last night and I enjoyed it. A little bit, I'm like, he was into the occult. Like he really he experienced so much that he like experienced the darkest of the dark. Like, so this man is wise. He's not just positive wise. Like I know all this shit out here. I know about it. And so when I say your gift will make room for you and bring you before great people, trust me. That's how I take it. 20, where you at with it?
No, man, if you put it like that, when you're using Solomon or anybody, it definitely, that has an amazing gift that definitely holds true. It holds weight till today. I mean, look at LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Like his gift brought him amongst like great people. Look at the people that he's around now. You know what I mean? He always says, "Oh, I'm a boy from Akron," but yeah, that gift got you everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? You guys have got me on the bandwagon, man. Like I definitely believe it's a great and true statement. You know, not that it's going to bring you happiness. That's not what it's saying, but it's going to put you in a position to, that people are going to want to see your gift. So yeah, I definitely fuck with it like that. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's where, truth be told, man, for me, the reason why I rock with it so much, because it's very neutral. It's a very neutral thing where it's like, look, all I'm telling you is that you line your gift up and use it, you're going to go somewhere with opportunity in front of other people that's using their gift well. Like that's what it's going to do. Good, bad, and different, that's what it's going to do. So have at it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that principle is true because we see all types of people in great spaces. You know what I'm saying? Character-wise, like using that principle, like it's going to move you forward. That's just how I take it.
No, yeah, definitely. Once you make it a neutral statement, I think that's where like it gets its superpowers from. You get what I'm saying? Like once you put it in a realm of, this is a neutral thing. It's not, your gift is not going to bring you great things. It could. You get what I'm saying? It could, but it's just going to put you in that realm where you can make opportunity for yourself. I think that's 100% true.
Yeah. You got anything, Dope?
No, I disagree. I agree.
Word. All right. So here we go. Here we go. So moving through this and digging deep, of course, when it comes to scripture, there's how people interpret it. So there's two interpretations I want to bring to the floor that are not what me and Dope and now 20 are on. And I'm very interested in this because I'm like, out of all the years being a pastor's kid and really rocking with this and rocking with the book and all that, I ain't really heard nobody spin it like this. So let's take a turn and see if this impacts the phrase for y'all. So as we said, most people take it in regard the gift as talent and what God has given you and your anointing. Well, Keith Butler of See Faith, which is a 23-year-old ministry that goes around and teaches people the book. So it's like a Bible study. He says that Solomon is referring to actual financial things when he says gift. And that if you look into it, that gift giving in the Middle East, and since the Bible is of Eastern descent, it's customary for somebody to bring a gift to somebody in order to be heard by that person. So like in order to even get their attention. So like he's actually taking like the present and gift literally and talking about how bringing a gift will actually get you heard. So he went a little bit deeper. So he said the Hebrew word translated gift in Proverbs 18:16 means a present, and that the word room means broaden in Hebrew. So in other words, we could read it as a person's present will broaden or cause expansion or create opportunity and bring you before great people. And he uses the NIV, which I do not use. I mean, whatever, you know what I'm saying, translations, whatever. But he uses the new international version to say, to like make that stick a little bit. So he says, Proverbs 18:16 from that is, it may, a gift opens the way for the giver and ushers him into the presence of the great. So they're also leaning towards like literal, like here's something to hear me out. And that if you want to talk about like what a gift is and what, how valuable a gift is, Solomon went on to say in Proverbs 7, or earlier in Proverbs 17:8, he said, a gift is as precious as stone, the eyes of him that have it, whosoever it turneth, it prospereth. So if you have a gift and it's valuable, it's going to prosper you to have it. And now he's also though connecting gift to actual present. So where y'all at with, if you're giving making an offering to somebody, it gives you opportunity, like a physical present gift to somebody. That's what actually makes the opportunity for you. Dope. I'm gonna start with you.
So they're saying you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to play. I mean, and partially that is true, right? I mean, it is. But I don't think that that's 100% true. Yes. I mean, whenever you bring an offering, a gift, you buy somebody something that is of great value, then they're going to feel good about it. And it's likely going to lead to the ability to put you on or put you in a certain place or get closer to them and connected to them, right?
Yep.
But sometimes that don't work. You can't buy your way to friendship. You can't buy your way to peace. You can't buy your way to anything. So it's just how people see value. So I don't think that that's 100% true. But in regards to like how we were talking about it, what I do know to be true based off of proof is if whenever you do something that you're happy with, that's your natural ability, people can feel that and see that, and it's going to create more opportunity for you. So I do know that to be true.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're going to be, you know, famous and rich, but it's going to open up more doors for you to create the ability to take you to a different place and space. So I do know that to be true. So the physical gift thing, not 100% true. You can buy somebody a car and they not appreciate it.
Taken for
you
granted.
can get your claim to fame, your 15 minutes of fame for just 15 minutes. And that's it. So it doesn't stick to what we're trying to say. But sometimes you got to pay to play. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. 20. Where you at? That's real. 20.
I feel like this. If you're looking at the time of it, like when it was saying during that time, I think that was definitely true back then. Because look at like, was it the three wise men that visit Jesus? You know,
Yeah.
they brought gifts just so they can be able to be in his presence. You get what I'm saying? So it's like back then, I'm sure whenever somebody go to your house, like even now, man, you're supposed to, when somebody invites you to the house or you going over to somebody's house, what can I bring? You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me bring something. Let me bring a bottle. Let me bring something. You get what I'm saying? That kind of like helps the the situation or whatever you're going to a little bit better. So I get it. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like back then, oh yeah, that's definitely was the fact back then. Like if you come to somebody's house and you don't bring nothing, you're not getting through the door. I don't care who you are. Back then, I can see that happening back then. But now, like Dope said, like now it's a little bit different because, you know, people don't view it like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The majority of people that hold that power, it's more nepotism now. So it's like, you know, yeah, I'll take this money and feed you a little bit. But if I don't really rock with you, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm putting my nephew on. I'm putting my niece on before you. Yeah,
exactly. So, like, yeah, like she said back then, 100% accurate. That's why it's made it through the time right now. But as of now, it's like that right there fell off. Now, the prior information hasn't fell off. You get what I'm saying? Like using your gift to make room for you, like your actual talent, your actual gift, has not fell off, but using it as like, oh, let me get this person something so I can be in their presence. I think that kind of fell off too as well.
I agree. Word. I ain't even gonna add nothing to that because I'm with that. I just had to add it because I like to have integrity. All right. So let's jump to 2020. No pun. And talk about Connect Us, which is another Bible study organization. So the editor-in-chief wrote this 3 years ago to say that we should take the phrase in complete context, so the verse before and after it. So I'm about to read that and get into what the editor-in-chief of Connect Us, the Bible study organization, has to say about your gift will make room for you. So Proverbs 15 through 19 says, I feel like my dad. That's crazy. Flip your Bible.
I'm like, this is Bible study.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just thinking that in my head. I was like,
what's going on? I'm even cussing less and everything.
Did I actually go to the bathroom just so I could get a break right now?
Right? Like, golly, where's my fan?
The bathroom for like 5 minutes just so I could get this time going.
Yeah, it could stretch. All right. So it say, the heart of the prudent giveth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. ATP. A man's gift make room for him and bring before a great man. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor will come and search him. And the lot causeth contention to cease, and parteth between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. So we're going to break that down a little bit because it do got a lot of THs in there, and I know how it go. And I've read the Bible a few times. So basically, the editor-in-chief of Connect Us is saying that Solomon is actually bringing this from a relationship, court, legal / human connection perspective, where he's saying like justice in that, or the perversion of justice or tainting justice, and that a wise person, an intelligent person should seek the truth in any situation. And if you offer a gift, it can pervert justice because it will bring you before great people. If it's something that's only going to benefit you, but if it only benefits you, somebody around is going to be like, yo, cross-examine you, search you. Your neighbor's going to search you. So they're going to say, what's up? What's this about? And then that might cause an argument that stirs up confusion amongst the community and lead to chaos and permanently damage relationships that you can't possibly rebuild.
Oh, see, this was that balance come in, because this is like more
which you asked. That's why I'm like, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. So the belief is that it's not this is what the editor-in-chief of Connect Us says, that it's not an encouragement to use our gifts for good, but a caution to say, hey, don't just be using your gifts to get what you want, in the whole context. In that, like, think about organized crime, terrorists, dictators, and other people are able to use their gifts to like launder money or distort power, and that, like, you find out everybody has a price, and once that price is determined, powerful people will pay that price to make sure they're good. And then there's, on the flip side, like, they use it to victimize the poor. So if like somebody's down bad, you can bribe them or make a small nugget to keep them like locked in, and keep them in their situation. or protect them from like the harm that you're actually causing. So like to take advantage of folks. So basically they're saying the entire context is, yeah, it can open up doors and opportunities, this actual physical bribe. So again, they think it's a physical gift, in that if you do that, it will fuck things up. 20 thoughts.
Yo, listen, man. Why'd you bring me back down, bro? I was on your team before.
No. Hey, this is the editor chief of Connect Us. Like it's not me.
I was on your before, bro.
Stand strong, bro. Stand strong. What you believe? That's the question. What do you really believe?
Damn, bro. Because you know how ignorance is bliss, man. So whatever you know is what you go off of. Both sides. Now that, but I'm just like, I'm back to where I'm at, man. I'm back to where I'm at. It's all perspective. Like that perspective is a crazy thing, Mario. Like it's a crazy thing, because if depending on how you look at it, yeah, when you're using it for yourself, because you're the only one, bro. You're born alone, you die alone. It's basically your universe that you're looking through your eyes. So realistically, you know what I'm saying? Like you're doing for yourself subconsciously anyway.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like whatever the case may be, if you're doing it to make your version of the world better.
Yeah.
So regardless if you're using your talents to entertain, I feel like that's a word that they haven't really used in those phrases, because if you're looking at it like that, then yeah, if you're entertaining somebody, they're going to want to come back for more because they're coming back for the entertainment. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if you're giving gifts, the person might only want you to come around because they know you're going to give a gift.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so who do I do this for if not for myself?
Yeah. I hear you. I'm not arguing with that. It's definitely for self. I'm not arguing. It's for self. It's 1000% for self. I think for self is also neutral.
I think for self
is neutral until Dope. Where you at with? Where you at? Because 20, you are good because you started in the middle. You started in the middle. Me and Dope was like on team gives make room. So I want to hear these are people basically like pushing up against that. You know what I'm saying? And I've never heard it before. So Dope, where you at? Yeah.
I think it all boils down to intent. So if your intent is negative,
you know where I'm at with intent, right? 20. This is beautiful. Go ahead, Dope.
And everything is about intention. So if your intent is negative, that's the force that's gonna bring forth the outcome. Like we already know how, if you want to call it karma, the universal laws, whatever.
Yeah.
From their perspective, when they biblically, they're talking in terms of physical gifts, which is still giving something, right?
Yep.
Well, everything lies in intent. So if you're giving something just purely for you to, in a negative way, or it to affect people in a negative way, or bribe people, change your opinion, all that kind of stuff, then obviously that's not good. It's going to come back to you, because you're manipulating, right? But if you're using it for positivity, whether it's for yourself, because I think when you do positive things for yourself, it's going to help everyone else, right? And so it just boils down to intent. And I think from either perspective we look at it, the gift is giving.
Right.
So whether
it is
your gift or physical gift, it's still going to make room for you. It's still, it's something that you're giving away. And with the right intention, that's what's going to determine whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was like, I read it. I'm like, look, this is let folks know that like I said, integrity is big, because I could have been like, I won't even put this on my platform. I'm not even going to put this in people's minds. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how big Connect Us is for real. I don't know how many people out there, they in front of their doors and stuff talking about some, be more concerned with not bribing, which is a good message. What they're saying, it's a good thing. But if we're talking about I don't think, and this is where I'll be at, I don't think the phrase needs more context. I don't know why they're saying it needs more context. I don't, whatever their influence there, maybe they're around, like it could be their culture where like people, they could be in New Jersey, and no offense to the Jerseyans, but that's where Atlantic City is. And I know Atlantic City got its history of organized crime. So maybe you're in New Jersey and you're like, yo, yeah, but for me and how it's been moved in my life, I don't need that asterisk. I don't need more context because you know who needed to get up off the dirt and get up out the mud? It was just me, and it was what I need to use, and I needed to use my gift. I wasn't worried about nothing else but getting up out the mud and doing it the right way. So, hey, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but the soapbox is always to my right. Step on it like Sam Adams. Always got one foot up on that motherfucker, man. Like, hey, I'll tell you how I feel. All right, y'all. We done made it. We done got through it. We done got through like the elements of this shit. And I think we should grade it. I think we should appraise this phrase. So for the first time listeners and viewers, shame on you, but welcome. And to just run it down for our guests, it's a A through F grading scale. There's 3 parts, 3 categories. It's the power grade. So the impact when it's heard or said, does it get the needle moving when it's introduced? Speed, is it just an eloquent thing to say? It is like, does it have some strength because it's just smooth? And then guest preference. So this is for you, Dope. All things included. Your thoughts, your opinions. You can be biased now that you heard the origins and the different perspectives, the meaning, all that stuff. You get to grade it out. So 20, because you are new to it, I would like for you to grade the power so that the power is not biased by me.
Okay. When it comes to power, I'll give it a B. Only reason why I'm giving it a B. It's a couple of reasons why I'm giving it a B, but I feel like this. You know, once you dissect it and get a better understanding of it, you know, it's around that A- aspect. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you have to actually watch the show, or you have to like be embedded into it at a younger age for it to be understanding. You know what I mean? Like you can. The reason why it is a high B is because it is a true statement. It's a, hey man, you got a gift. That gift is going to get you around great people. Yeah. If you take that part right there, that you can't get no better than that. You cannot get no better than that. But just in the strength of from what it was used from all the way back then till now, it's a little more diluted. Okay. I think it's a little bit more like diluted, so it kind of gets back down to that B. I would say B plus. All right, B plus. Because of the dilution, because it's like, yeah, if you're good at something and get you around good people, and it's like, well, duh. You know what I mean? Like it's like a well done type of deal more than a motivate me. I'm about to change my life. I'm about to go ahead and put it in the grind type deal.
I'll give you that. So, yeah. I have another reason that is that, but I'll give you that for sure. Stamped officially. B plus, you said, right?
Yes, sir. B plus.
All right, good. I need that for the post edit. Got to be clear what letter I'm putting on the screen. Also, I just want to say also its connection to the Bible, and I just will be remiss if I didn't say, like, obviously I think my belief is that there's a bigger divergence than ever about like people's belief in words coming from that book these days. So knowing that it comes from that, or if you've only heard it because of that, you're probably like either duh, yeah, or I come from some made up shit. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, I think that too, Mario. I think that's the thing too as well, because like you say, if you're a PK like you, or you've been around the word like you, Dope, it's like I've been around the word too as well, but not like that. Like I just said, I tried to go to the bathroom when you was doing your Bible study right now. But yeah, I feel like it hits you a little bit different when it's like throughout your life type deal, because you can see it in action.
Yes. If you're unaware, you don't know that that's actually happening, even if it's happening.
Actually what's happening.
Which is why I think Blessing in Disguise is so whack. That's why.
That's why I want to go back to this.
Because like you get to see blessings if your eye is on the right prize. instead of seeing disguises all the goddamn time. Like, God damn, is it Halloween? Nah, man. Anyways, all right, Speed. I'm gonna give it Speed. Your gift makes room for you, bring before great men. I think, my bias aside, because I can say it, bow, bow, bow. I can say it, but I think it has to be, huh?
You're saying the long version, though.
And I'm saying the long version. Right. That's true. And that's true. If your gifts will make room for you, is even smoother. That's why I'm trying to add that to say it's still a B+ to me, because none of the words are difficult. The only thing is, like, you might not understand what make rooms for if you're literal. But it's very smooth to say. And to me, it is, it's sweet in terms of, like, it's easy to, it does, nothing is off-putting about it. Even if you don't get it, like, I could say that and not feel like I'm saying something disgusting. So it flows. I'm giving it a B+. All right, Dope. Your grade, A through F.
I'm gonna give it a B+ too.
I'm telling you, bro, it's just something about it that just couldn't give that A, no.
Only because of the interpretation aspect. Like, when people hear it, and it makes me think, because a lot of people are like, gifts, like, I don't even know what my gifts are. What are you talking about? Or it could be literal. Like physical, so it does require a little bit of explanation if you don't really, because really it don't really set in until, like, for me, it didn't set in until I was older. Like, oh, duh, you know what I mean? So, coming from, like, a youthful standpoint, or somebody that I didn't even grow up necessarily hearing it all the time, but I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Then that's why I'm gonna give it a B+. But it is powerful. So once you, like, figure it out.
Yeah. It's applicable. It moves. B+. Yeah. Hey, that's gonna be easy averaging for me later.
Yeah. Because honestly, Marla, I look at it like this: if you don't use it, like, because you can have a gift and don't use it,
absolutely, and see where it gets you.
But you can still have that gift, and if you don't use it, you're not going to be around great men.
Yeah, I think that's true. And if you're around greats and you're not using your gift, I think that the suffocating feeling of that will also have its impact on you. I think that's what social media, and we want to talk about social media real quick, and I will not get on the soapbox for this because I need y'all to stay on social media and consume this show. but what I will say is that it got us crossing lines. If this is track, like, you running my race with my gift, like, nah, get in your lane with your gift, and then you won't, like, be all, like, nervous when you around some dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're around dope, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll know what's up. So, word. All right. We got one more thing to do with you, Dope. I appreciate you. Hold on, crowd. Do we appreciate it? Yeah, we do. We got one more thing to do before we get out of here, so I'm going to toss it up to 24.
The Dictionary of Misinformation.
All right, Dope. We end all of our shows like this. What we do is we ask our guests to give us a letter and alphabet other than X, because it's been used already. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that letter and we're going to find some information that's been misinformed. We actually have an actual book called The Dictionary of Misinformation. This is not something that we are bringing up off of ourselves. This is something that's actually documented. So what we do is we ask you for a letter, whatever letter you want to give us. If you don't want to give us a letter, we're going to pick one anyway, because we got to get over with the show. So we're going to ask you, Dope, if you have a letter, just let us know the letter, and Mario's going to find some misinformation about it. So
Jay. Oh, we haven't done Jay in a while, I feel like. Did I land on H? No, that's an S. All right. In the meantime. Oh, okay. Found it. All right. Let's see what J's are pretty good in here. What? I wouldn't even ask that. Okay, not a lot of J's, so we're gonna go with something. Let's go with the jury. So let's find out about a jury. So in juries, you know, like unanimous verdict in capital cases, I didn't know that they
I thought you were saying jewelry, bro.
No,
I
know, right? I know, right? For real. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. Hold on, wait. I might do something else. They all kind of like, for real. Like none of these I've ever been curious about. So I wouldn't even know the misinformation.
Do it. Keep going with the jury.
Let's do jury. All right. So they say there's a common misinformation that you need a unanimous verdict in capital cases, but there's actually nothing in the Bill of Rights or the United States Constitution that requires a jury verdict to be unanimous in capital or any other case, nor does a jury have to be made up of 12 people at all, actually. I don't know why we have 12 people. You don't need a jury of 12 at all. You just need... Why? I want to know. They stop right there. It stops right there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need 12, but I don't know what you actually need. And they don't got to be unanimous. It just got to be, I thought it was majority anyway. But in capital cases, which are bigger ones, no, not unanimous vote. And it don't have to be 12 people. Thank you all. Dope. Thank you for joining us. Bring us this phrase. We're going to make sure that you can find all things Dope Candi in the show notes. 20. Appreciate you as always. 20. What you got for him before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, man. I just want to say, Rello, Kunda, I see you. ASK, you still up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, be kind to yourself so you can be kind to others. All right? And your, your blessings make room for you to be in front of great people. All right? So, there you go.
Believe it. Dope. Thank you. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube for the visuals, appraisethephrase.com, Raise the Bar, ATP Kids Youth Initiative. Tip your flight attendants, support them as they're going through it. Support the SAG, support the riders. Do not cross the line. And also remember that value is in the eye of the appraiser. And we will see y'all next week.